vibes on the ends. And when you see me rocking by myself, tell them it's no false pretense, so me tell them. And when you see the liquor in me head, me live me life like it's no problem. And anybody who fight with me, tell them me only a love for them, that's why I will never.
Pleasant good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Pleasant good afternoon, 91.1 Talk City FM. I am Opinion Box OB, along with Heavy, taking you all down to the final hour, the Wrap It Up, the Big Bad Wrap It Up show with OB and Heavy this afternoon. Kingsley is somewhere under a pillowcase right now, hopefully sleeping. So we are taking you all right down till you lie down, the final talk show for the afternoon. And, you know, we vibing Heavy and them had a very interesting show with a lot of charismatic, interesting callers this afternoon. And so Heavy, good afternoon, brother.
Good afternoon to you, Obi, and thank you for welcoming me on your show, the Wrap Up. Right now, to be honest, I started this 68 show with David Welch after the 68 show, the 68 slot. Yeah, we did this for about a month or two, you know, before we will move back to drive time. We will move to drive time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which
it's
part
not the
you
first
prefer?
time.
You prefer this slot or you prefer the drive time?
Remember, I am the ultimate replacement host. So it doesn't matter to me where I sit.
Right.
Once I'm on radio.
Nice. That's what we talk about.
What time?
Spoken like a true veteran.
Yeah.
Spoken like a true veteran.
Yeah. So what you had in store for us, Obi? This is your show, so let me see where we're going.
Well,
and I will just had a walk with you today. You on the main mic, so go ahead.
Well, you know, normally once me and you thinking we could vibe, you know, I always like to go down the history road with you because there's always so much to learn, so much for you to put out. But I wanted to just mention, so you see Azess keep. So is it a case
Oh yeah, the keep possess.
they keep Azess?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
can we is it safe to say
But the keep possess, and then that same day or the day after, 3 people died in Malik, get
no
killed.
they died the day before, eh?
The day before.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the
they
day
were
before.
shot the day before.
3 men died in Malik.
Right by Malik.
And then somebody else died somewhere else at another shooting. And then when the question was asked, I told it had peace. They say, well, the peace is for Port of Spain. So I find that very skeptical.
Well, I often used to ask myself a genuine question where you would have 6 in different places and 8.
This is
and
what
9 in-
I'm saying. The numbers in different, all across right now. To me, they have no other gang besides the numbers and the resistance.
Right.
Right? So 6, 7, 8, 9 and resistance. As
Right.
far as my knowledge.
And well, EBG.
Which is 8.
Right.
Right? So, and they expand. So you would think, well, all right, it's either you belong to a number or you belong to resistance. Right? So you would think, now what if everybody now sign peace?
It would have a domino effect.
Domino effect
all.
across the world. I don't know if that was so only
Right.
tongue 6, 7, 8, and 9 sign peace.
Well,
So until the
this
rest of
is
them gonna
why
be East-West
I had to
corridor.
ask that question because I know back in my days
Push up your mic.
when the G's control is the directional, this directional frequency.
Well, put it
Yeah.
in where you
yeah.
speaking.
So
Like if you're speaking this way, put it to face you like this. Yeah.
So basically, I remembered in my generation and yours too. Usually when our boss control our area, he control everything under that number. That's how I knew it. So I know like if the man in tongue control our number, everywhere else in Trinidad used to somewhat answer to him.
Yeah.
Right?
Supposed to.
Because every number in our area is like a subsect of him.
Right.
But I've been questioning that over the years.
No. But back in days, it had no number.
It had no number. Well, right, I know. But what I'm saying is that with the change, I was still of the opinion that if one person control it, the main boss, everybody else still under him. But
Right.
it don't look
And
like
once,
that.
a peace agreement is signed, it's assigned across the board to
Across the
everybody.
board.
Yeah. Because if the board say, all right, arms down against this one, it's across the board. You can't arms down in tongue and up the road war still.
Still. And this is because...
It ain't making no sense.
Because I know it used to have ramifications for that too. If somebody jump out at itself, the boss would have the answer. So I was trying to figure out if the shooting in Malik, if we could say that is actually tied to that.
Well, as somebody said, rightfully said, if it's peace, right? And I genuinely want peace, bring in all the guns.
Well, we know that ain't happening.
Well, all right.
We know that ain't happening. Because it's just like I sat down and I was just looking at it and I saw them partying and everything. And don't get me wrong, it's actually nice to see them coexisting. I saw people on the polls who I know couldn't be on the polls for years in pictures and stuff, and it was good to see friends meeting. And it showed me that a lot of these guys really don't want this war thing,
When you're in war, you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You can't go and function and you can't move around where you're accustomed to.
No, but I'm talking about even the ones who not in it was just glad to know that they could go visit friends and family in other area and they didn't have to worry about those issues. And I found that was really, really unique, and I just wish that a way I could just get that to go across the board. But unfortunately, we don't have that power. And the power lies in there.
We will see how it goes now. We will see how it goes.
And that's why I'm saying, I think we should just give it, what is the word being thrown around these days? Due process. So, how you felt about the opposition leader statement outside Parliament the other day, boy?
I don't listen to them.
Really?
I need you to understand. I was trying to tell David this too, but he only know he only know one style of kung fu in talk show or talk, right? I really don't like to be. I don't like to go play a video where they say something.
Yeah, you don't like to give them no kind of play.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, without me playing
to me, and to me, talking about them is making them relevant also.
Okay.
Right, because they know what they're doing. They see that they don't have to make sense.
Okay.
Understand what I'm saying? They be throwing bone. So when they throw bone, dogs come. Right? And I don't consider myself a dog. So they will come out now and they will say, look what the government doing, and this and that and that, and the media will take it and post it out there. Right? And it's like, when I listen to it, it's not making logical sense. It's not making no sense at all. It's propaganda.
Well, in that case, it wasn't propaganda. Right? You know, in that case, it was just that she was blatantly contradicting herself.
Well, this is what I'm trying to say. Right? She contradicting herself. Right? You know that. I know that. Our listeners know that. But we come in to make her a topic, right? And talk about what she said. And say she says, look what she said. And then the cause will call and talk about what she said. And she now get a good 20, 30 minutes a week time.
Well, I know you could view it from that point, but I just look at it as, you know, we still have to have some level of being able to debunk the hypocrisy.
Well, just debunk it. Just come and say the opposition that came out and said some stuff, and let me debunk it by saying, under the UNC, so, man, that is it. Move on to the next.
I move on to the next. Okay then. Well.
You understand?
We have different styles with things.
Listen. This is me here, right? You are going to get a lot of this for the next 4.5 years, right? You're going to get the opposition keep talking. That's what they're going to do because they're in opposition, right? So they're going to come on the media every chance they get. They're looking for mic and camera, right? To say the government do this and the government do that and I don't believe in this and what she said didn't make no sense. That is the opposition. What we need to do is highlight, right, the facts and make the facts available to our listeners. So the facts will come now. It's good news. You understand? The Prime Minister said this, that, and that is going to happen. You're going to have the media review. So David has come with the facts, right? And he will play it, and he will come and say, well, you know, we're going to do the deal we have made with the new company. We highlight all that today, right? That is now doing seismic drilling and they're almost finished, and, you know, the deposit of new gas and thing. Right. This is what I think the people want to hear. They want to hear that we have hope. They want to hear we're going to come out of a economic downturn. We're going to come out of that pretty soon. The Prime Minister say, he said something like, it is here already. Better days are here.
Yeah, better days are here.
You understand?
That was a statement.
Better days are here, right? We just waiting to see, you understand, what we get or what's going to, the outcome.
What's going to materialize.
What's going to materialize from the better days, right? And I want to focus on that, right? Not what somebody say. Right? Because if we continue to fight what somebody say, everybody had in the mouth to talk and everybody have an opinion. As I say, everybody with a phone in their hand and go on social media and say what they think, right? Doesn't have to be true. That is their opinion.
Yeah.
Right? And that is easy to dispel with facts. You can dispel all them thing with facts. Yes, and you put a factual video on social media, right? And nobody can debunk what you are saying. Right? You know that could stand.
Yeah, because, well, that is what I did Friday going, because, you know, and that is why I asked you what was your thought process on it, because I felt like, you know, you're mentioning due process, and we have been beating that due process drum here for roughly, like, 3 weeks, you know, talking about knee-jerk reaction to different situations. And now we have a 12-year-old child lost her life, and there is no knee-jerk, I using her words, there is no knee-jerk reaction to this 12-year-old child losing her life.
And I wanted to go there in the last show, but for some reason, I didn't want to.
Well, that is why I decided to bring it now, because
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised you all didn't cover it. So
I
said, well,
came
okay.
when the show now started. I came and I said in the first hour, right? I don't want to start the show on that sad note.
On that sad note, okay.
And David Welch being his first day back out, right? I wanted to allow him to. Can we had a lot to talk about and a lot of things he brought to the table, and I know that was one of the aspects.
Well, if that is the case, well, go there and I go back you up with that, because I really wanted to have some input with that.
Click on one. On that page. Go over on that page, the bottom arrow, go down to one. Yeah. Go back to my page. No, click there.
That's
Yeah,
not,
click there.
and the shortcut, right?
Yeah, right.
You're on one, yeah.
It's the last line on the bottom, the second one,
That's
the
one.
third one. Yeah, play that.
Platoon soundtrack.
Play that.
Platoon is a real good show, you know.
It's not about the show.
I know. It's just like the song.
Drop me now. Trinidad and Tobago. We have reached a detrimental point of no return. When I said a couple months ago that we have a gang and criminal culture in our society, a lot of you probably dispelled that. When I said right now, in our culture amongst the young people, it is good to be bad. It is good to be evil. It is good to be the villain in the movie or the villain out there. Or they probably thought, have you just talking? I came on this radio station and I said, you go and listen to those music that your children are listening to. Go on YouTube and watch the videos of those music. Watch what they are wearing. Watch what they are portraying. They have one mask with horns on the head, with skeleton face, and they're brandishing AR-15s and all kind of machine gun and all kind of thing, and the song they are singing is kill, 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 death, 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 shoot, 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 murder, evil, evil me name, for the dance. Your children are being bombarded by a culture of criminality. And I said to you, we will have to ask these authorities to ban this type of negative music because it is hurting our children. It is influencing them to do the wrong things. I said, everywhere you go now, in every party, it's not only in the ghettos, it's all over. They have the headphone on the ears or the AirPods in the ears and they are listening to this music every day, 24 hours a day. Worse yet, if you are living in the ghettos and you're living in the downtrodden communities, they play from 6 in the morning to 1 o'clock in the morning. Whole day. The same set of music over and over and over. Till the smallest child know the song word for word. Shoot, kill, murder, death, evil, evil. That's all they listen to. They smoke the kush, they drink the puncheon, and they listen to the music whole day into the night. If you are neighbors with some of them, you will know what I'm speaking about. If they pass in the vehicles, that's all you hear. And I said, we have created a culture and we are creating a generation of criminals. So a 2-year-old child went missing in Tobago. And all fingers pointed at the stepfather of the child. That child is yet still to be found. That child's body is yet still to be found. And all the speculations is surrounding the father, the stepfather. And the irony is that he himself sang a song with the same things. And a 2-year-old child is allegedly missing and murdered. A 9-year-old girl shot in Mova in a vehicle with her father and someone else. The gunman didn't care. A 4-year-old boy in Belmont gunned down. His mother shot. Gunman didn't care. Now we are hearing an 11-year-old child kidnapped, raped, and murdered by a 26-year-old young man. What could be going through his mind to see this little girl, pick up this little girl in his vehicle and carry her in a bush along some lonely road and have his way with her and kill her? I don't want to go too much into the details of what I was told, how they found her. And he left her there. What kind of human being does that to a 12-year-old little girl? I'm going to tell you. Evil, evil. Kill, kill. Shoot, shoot. Murder, murder. Fully dance. He probably was playing the music in the car while he driving to and see her. Right thinking people don't do them thing.
True.
We are breeding a generation of criminals. And we are not understanding what is happening. When we see school children beating up other school children and kicking them in the head on the ground on the street, They don't care about teacher. They don't care about who you are. The beater or the man trying to part a fight. He get licks too. They were one with a maxi man trying to part a fight. They beat the maxi man.
Yep.
They're always fighting and they're taping it. Because they don't care. Evil, evil, shoot, murder, kill, fully dance. You go and listen to the music they are listening to 24/7. I know, I have children too. Go on the YouTube. Watch the videos. The devil have them. How do we stop this? And the sad thing about it, in the midst of all the protests and all the walk, nobody is going out there and walking with peace, light candles, and wear white for this child who get killed.
Exactly.
Where's the outrage?
Mm-hmm. Where's the knee-jerk reaction?
A selective outrage.
All the time.
Are you trying to tell me that Joshua Samaru and Kaya life is more important than that 12-year-old girl?
Apparently so.
Are you telling me that their lives are more important than the 2-year-old child in Tobago?
Apparently so.
Or the 4-year-old in Belmont?
Apparently
Or the
so.
9-year-old in Mova?
Apparently so.
Where is the march? Where's the protest? Where's the citizens coming out and boy, enough is enough?
Yeah.
Where's the opposition? Who was talking? Where's the protest? Where it is? No. You know why? Because the police didn't kill her, or the police didn't kill them. So you can't blame the commissioner of police, you can't blame Alexander, and you can't blame Kamala. So you only want to protest when they can blame the government. But to blame the people who is committing these atrocities and say enough is enough. Nah, you can't come out for that. you wear no white jersey for that. You don't do no candlelight vigil for that.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't going by the Red House. You ain't going by the DPP office for that. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere for that. You ain't going to Savannah. You ain't going to the square. You know why? Because the police didn't kill she, or the police didn't kill them children. But you ain't protesting the men who kill the children though.
Nah. They're protesting them for.
It's
protest them.
Selective outrage.
All the time.
So when you come with your hypocrisy about democracy and freedom to protest what? You want to protest the government and the police and the extrajudicial killings. Only that time life important to you.
Apparently so.
Hogwash! And that is why we as Trimbagonians don't know what the hell we want.
Thank you.
Let me go to the phone lines.
Thank you. Well, before we go to the phone lines,
You have a break.
we have a quick break to take.
All right, first. So we take the break, and when we come back, we're going to take your calls.
I want you all to let what Heavy Now say marinating all your head for a minute while we go to the break and come back, because it is very important, the words that just came from his mouth.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Mr. Ubi,
Yes,
and
sir.
to Mr. Heavy, a blessed night to you all. You see the topic you all are speaking about? When you listen to yourself, listen. A leader. You see, I saying this to Mr. Heavy. When you're a captain, sir, take care of the team. One thing I like Mr. Ubi, when he say A, he doesn't mean A. 2 and 3 culprits just call on your shoe, Mr. Heavy, and they just make you a culprit on your shoe. Over and over and over again, and you're begging your comrades to stop them, which you don't do. If you're a captain on a cricket team and you, hello?
Yeah, we hear you, caller.
And if you put as a captain on a cricket team and you set a field for a bowler and he bowling what you want, take away the ball from him and you do the bowling. We all, why the one person Kamla Pasa to make 700 to 800 murders. That makes PNM loss, and we the citizens causing this, and we we blighting our nation. Let us say our prayers, our Father and our Mother, who art on heaven and earth, look after our brothers and sisters. Let us be friends and be our brothers and sisters, people. Don't let us bash one another, but respect one another. We are one flesh, many colors, many languages, but one God. You all have a blessed and wonderful night to one and all.
Okay, then caller, thank you. We lost our one too. Callers, we taking your call. Call in. Yeah, callers, we taking your call this afternoon.
Caller, yeah.
Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon. A blessed good afternoon to you all.
That's good afternoon.
You all saying these boys and I'm playing music. That is not music. That is noise with destruction words. That is not music. When you, as the host, say music, they go, say yes. They say we playing music. No, that is this. I wonder how them parents just be staying in that same house with them with that kind of noise. That kind of noise, and the words are so annoying. Lord help us all know. Some parents have to take the bull by the horn and do something to these children. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Call on the WhatsApp line.
Caller.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
My take on this topic that you're having, and it's something that has been bothering me for years, this is not a new thing, There's something that has been prolonging in our society. And you see parents, you see mothers and fathers who neglecting their duties as parents, but want to blame the police, the government, anybody that they could blame. Because you could have any amount of support that you want. If you are not being a good parent to your child, you are contributing to the society that we now live in, that is Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of them turn a blind eye to everything that is going on, even in their household. But watch them on Facebook. They on every comment page, every comment section, bashing the government, but they cannot run all their own homes, or they cannot tell all the children coming by 6 o'clock, or they can't tell them to be on the block smoking, or they can't tell them these things. These are things they create in the criminals that we live with in our societies now. That is part of the problem. Yes, the government they're supposed to provide infrastructure and laws and regulations, right? But at the end of the day, what is laws and regulations going to do if we have children who are just evil because they have been cultured to be that way? Well, they're making 10 and 15 children and then want to blame the government when they cannot mind the 10 and 15 children. And what happened? They end up on the block line with fellas who could give them what you cannot give them.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's plenty things in society. And if the government really wants to come down on these people and how they live and how they do their life in order to make this country a safer place, you know what they will say? They will say Kamala is a dictator. Because we could come like China, where they can tell you how much strength to make and things.
Yeah.
You understand? And then we could solve all the problems, all the social problems and all these different things.
Correct.
Because you can never tell me that you cannot afford to have 5, 6 children. You're making 5, 6 children. You see any path you're going down. You're making these children and you're making them have a hard life and end up in a life of crime. You're sending them to school. You're not checking their books to make sure they do their homework.
Nothing.
And teachers have to deal with all of these narcissistic traits that all they're putting into all their children.
Correct.
And then you want to blame the government when your son, who's 26 years, he could go and sit down in his right mind. You could tell me you raise that child. You raise that child who could sit down in his right mind and go and interpret at 11-year-old.
You're telling me this?
But you know what? You know what? In the comment section, say they all these hypocrites in Trinidad in the comment section. You know what they're balling? They should kill him.
Yeah.
For what? They kill a guy the other day and what? We have protests all over the world. Nobody don't know what they was into because the woman in the car says she never hear anything. She ride there, but she never hear anything. So these are the things that you see, let me tell you something. You see, when you put the horse before the cart, that is how it is end up.
Yes, sir.
That is how it is end up. We need to change our mentality in this country and stop allowing our communities to have go into a community. That's my last point. Go into a community like Lavantil and all these different places as a policeman going to do executed duties. You will see how much people come out with phones to videotape what you're doing. Let a strange man from the next area come into that community. He's welcomed. You know why? Because you know what? All they're afraid to talk out against, or they don't want to find out who coming in all the communities and sticking around. But when police come to do their work, all they hire cameras out. These are the things that is harboring our communities and our country, and this is why Trinidad is in this state. They're studying everything that the government do to make this place a better place. But they're not studying that all they have a contribution to make as parents and as people living here, boy.
Thank you, caller.
Yes, caller. Thank you. I ain't gonna lie, you preach this evening, darling. You preach.
So for all the opinion box listeners, you all just got an opportunity to hear Opinion Box Media Production co-host in conversation. It took me a while to catch her voice, but I caught it. So that is actually my co-host, and she's a very intelligent young African female who has a lot to say, as you all can tell. And everything that came out of her mouth was 110% facts. And you see, this is where we're talking about youths today. And this is exactly where... Yeah, Barack Paul, hold for a minute. This is exactly where what Heavy is saying makes sense.
Yep.
Because Heavy inspired me with certain things. And later on, we're going to play something because I started teaching my children certain things Heavy taught me. And from what that young lady just said, she felt like she needed, because she don't call, you know.
Yeah.
You see what you just said there?
Yeah.
You push her that she had to give her input.
Yes.
And you all hear that contribution, and it's out of young minds who want to see this country go in a specific direction. But we had to give them platforms so that they could voice it. And I'm so glad that she called this afternoon. Barack Paul, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Again, I want to endorse the last caller, that's what she said there. Let me tell you something. I sure, if anyone only walk into a primary school and you look at the faces there, you would never, ever, nothing like crime would ever come in your mind and say, this is a criminal or that is a criminal. Walking now in a secondary school with 14 and 15-year-old, and I'm sure your interpretation will be totally different. That you could see criminals looking at you, their behavior, every single thing.
Yeah.
So you ask yourself now, what went wrong between 7 years old and 15 years old? So that's like about 8 years, right? We're talking about. From being a child that drawing all kind of on a sketch pad and playing with marbles and, well, I don't know if there's play with marbles or anything again. Well, playing and, you know, reaching 15, 16 now, the girl side don't get pregnant. The boy side, they don't on drugs, heavy marijuana, they're smoking out their guts and everything, you know. So where we went wrong between that period, and I will tell you where we going wrong. I have 2 children, and they say ages bring wisdom and thing. I never was like no dictator or pressured to force my children to do anything, but I was always there. Anytime they look around, and there's 2 girls I have, I was always there. No matter how and there are things that a mother could never ever give their children. Especially girl children. They look for that from their father.
Yeah.
My children, them just had a little issues and thing with, you know, well, now there's 24 and 20. They have the little boyfriends and thing. And when they go into the little issues and thing, who you think they just come and sit down and talk to?
Yeah.
Me. And I say, so why you don't talk to your mother and, you know, or that is woman thing, all coming around me for that. There's no, I just need to talk to you and just tell you what's going on there. And simple little things, I would talk to them and give them my perspective from a male point of view. And it will change the whole perception of being hurt and in pain and crying and, you know, feel like the world end and all kind of thing. And I could imagine missing a father figure in a boy life.
Yeah.
Where my father was not perfect human being. He was very abusive, very womanizing, and all this kind of thing. And you wouldn't believe, no matter what he did, I love that man to death. I idolize he, because again, he was always there.
Yeah.
Never give up on us.
Hmm.
And no matter what situation you're in, you always need that reassurance of comfort and belonging, to know that there's always somebody, not a neighbor, not a best friend, not a gang leader or anything, a father figure and a mother figure in a family. And that is where we're going wrong in this country. You see that making 10, 15 children all over the place like rabbit, and nobody to guide them and all kind of thing. Let me tell you something. From the time a child reach all kind of 6, 7 years, and they start to live that loneliness and start to face that emptiness of who to be my idol, who to give me the strength that I need, who to pick me up when I fall, who to comfort me when I need that comfort. And that father or mother not there, let me tell you something. That child lost, and you just see it in their eyes. You just see blankness, you just see hate, you just see anger. When long time when we fighting and thing, we have a little scruffle and thing. A two lash, a two cuff, we wrap up and we strangle thing and we let go, and then we back to normal. You see the kind of fight these fellas at 14, 15 years,
Yeah.
beating
People
another
unconscious.
child to death you're talking about,
Yeah.
And that is because they lost.
Yeah.
There's nobody that to guide them and give them anything to hold on to. So them life just in an abyss, then they could die anytime and it don't mean nothing to them. And that is what we have to deal with in this country until we change the way how we think and how we behave, and our whole culture need to be reassessed right now. Otherwise, we are getting nowhere fast. Have a good afternoon, gentlemen. Take care, man.
Yeah. Caller, good afternoon.
Yeah, but listen to this now. Good afternoon, fellas. The amount of fathers it have right now, they really serving no purpose, because the children and them are still criminal and they can't stop them. You know what is the problem with a lot of young people nowadays? They don't get discipline. And it look as though their parents never get discipline neither. So that looked at this evening there, right? I come in from work and I watching some young fellas coming on here. And watching the young fellas and them, you could see the young fellas and them have the potential to be good youths. I telling you, but just the wrong influence just caused them to go astray. And I watch them, and you know what I say in my mind? I say, get them a little blind thing. If them was my little brothers and thing, and you see them going on the wrong road, you're not to rough them up and fight with them and all them different things. But just too good clout and let them know what time it is. And you'll save them from a lot of things. The reason why you see a lot of people going astray is because their parents never been disciplined, and now come and have children, they don't discipline their children. Okay. So when you see they come out there and they mess with the wrong people and they have to discipline them in a way where it become permanent, the society don't have to deal with them, then they go say we have a problem. That way it is going on lack of discipline and lack of consequence to action.
Okay then, caller. Thank you.
Today.
Caller, good afternoon.
Good evening, Heavy and Obi.
Good afternoon.
Heavy, I listened to your editorial and I want to say a few things to you. You know, I was listening to Farrakhan and he said that you can't talk politics without economics. And one day we must do an appraisal to try and understand these desperate challenged communities. What is the percentage of the economic measure that exists in them as against the others in the country? We're talking about opportunities for people. Because one way of dealing with gangs is to deprive the gang leader of followers. And if you have something to do, something constructive to do, it is less likely that you find yourself joining a gang to look for bread. How do we ensure that these people just want to label as criminals and no goods and all of that, how do we create opportunities for them? I want to tell you something. All governments have been doing it for quite some time. The state has something to do. They give some big fat cap the contract, and then he chooses who he wants to work on that contract. So Alston, David, Daniel, and John, who live in behind the bridge, no work for them. He will give it to whoever he chooses to. So they now have to get up in the morning and open their mouth to the east, to scrunt, to pay their bill, to get something to send a child to school, all of that. Why they must be locked out of the economy? Even this thing with giving out all these billions of dollars in contract, they could have tailored part of that, let's just say 20% of it, and deal with very small contractors who can build 5 and 10 houses. They could have given them a receipt where they can get a loan through FCB and they can do things and build things and be part of that entire thing. And therefore you are sure that they are part of the economy. So you can't talk politics without economics. We have to find something for these people who look like you and me to do. Give them an opportunity. We can't just label them as criminals and no good and nothing to get. And then I look at the society in general. Every time I walk in the supermarket and I see a color of a bottle that attracts me, it looking like colors that I would like, and it marks Rude Boy on it, I vex. Because I want to know why you must do that to me. What is Rude Boy? That's for me, I'm a Rude Boy. So, you see, it's the way we do things in the society that also we must confess allow these type of things to flourish. We need to eliminate some of them, create more opportunities for people, love everybody, and we can see how we can reduce this thing what we call the gang culture.
All right, thank you
for listening, Heavy and Obi.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah. So, you had a lot to say there. And,
yes.
We are coming to the top of the hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'll be able to squeeze it in, but because I sent my son and them down the African heritage rabbit hole that Heavy sent me down a couple years ago.
Right.
My son stumbled upon this video. And I'm going to tell you the origin story first. There is a white man trying to explain how the English stopped slavery. And he was being chastised by a lot of African people because they weren't letting him speak. But a young black man took it upon himself to clear it up. And I want to play it for you all to hear.
Yeah.
White people didn't invent slavery. In fact, they were the first to end it. Yet somehow, saying this is controversial. Watch what happens when someone says it out loud.
The reason there is no slavery in the world today, I mean, there's a lot of slavery in the world today, but in the parts of the world where there's no slavery, is because the British Empire ended it. That's why there is no slavery. That is...
So,
well,
look,
the fact that you are uneducated about history doesn't mean it's funny. So let me educate you now. Let me educate you now. I know that the woke narrative and the anti-Western narrative on slavery... Well, you're not practicing free speech very well, are you? You're not practicing free speech very well, are you? The moment I say something you don't like, you're not practicing free speech very well, are you, sir?
Let's be clear. Slavery is evil, but it's an ancient human evil practiced by everyone to everyone. 4 years ago, I went to Ghana. I stood in a slave dungeon where people who looked like me sold people who looked like me to white people. But long before Europeans began the transatlantic slave trade, there was a trans-Saharan slave trade. For over 1,000 years, brown Arab slavers sold millions of black Africans across the Sahara. Then came the Barbary slave trade. In North Africa, Arab and African raiders captured and sold over 1 million white Christian Europeans. China, Korea, Japan, India, every one of them practiced slavery. Europeans did take slavery to another scale when they came to Africa. But it's not because they were more evil. It's because they had the technology to commit evil on an industrial scale. So, which major power stopped slavery first? The British, in large part because of pro-human Christian values. The same values America was founded on. The same values that drove white Americans to fight other white Americans to free black Americans in the Civil War. Values missing in places like Libya, where today you can buy a human being for $400. White people aren't better than anyone else, but they're also not worse. Yet, some black people are taught to hate white people, and many white people are taught to hate themselves. We keep pretending evil has a color, as if less melanin means less.
Now, people, we had to go to only play with you, but we will be back with that after the break.
Yes.
Your jackpot numbers at no additional cost.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Ramala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Ramala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Ramala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Yes, folks, and we are back, the Big Bad Wrap It Up show with Kingsley and Obi, or in this case, Heavy and Obi, but in this case, Obi alone. So, you all would have heard the clip that I was playing earlier on, and Heavy thought it was best that we go into that topic tomorrow. So I'm gonna be interested in deep diving into that. So you all could do your research on that and basically prepare yourself for tomorrow, because we're going to be coming with our topic, addressing the slave trade and the origins and basically the handover system that would have taken place with children. But we're focusing on the topic, from before, even in the second hour here, and I will be taking calls because we have to pay mind to the narrative that is being put out there by the people in the community. So we're taking calls this afternoon. Caller, good afternoon.
Hello, Professor. Professor Obi.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, well, what happened? Let us go back to the Pandey era.
Mm-hmm.
When we missed the train, because he created a lot of opportunities,
mm-hmm.
right? And after that, when it had that break in transmission,
mm-hmm.
and the PNM came back, all fall flat.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had in 2010, when Kamala was there, we were going good again. We could have get off the ground and for good self-development and so on. But there was another break in transmission and back down the ladder. So you see, it's a recurring decimal. But I don't think it should happen this time around, because anytime we lost this train, that is it we do, man. Okay.
Okay then, caller, thank you. Yeah, and I agree with that. We have to come up with new ways to motivate the youths and to get them, get them where we need them to be in life. Caller, good afternoon.
Good evening, everybody.
Good afternoon.
What's going on?
Mother.
What's really going on? I'm a mother too and grandmother, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I taken, I just see as in Trinidad here, I see how mother live, grandmother live, and they don't care about the daughters and them sexy is so much 9 months pregnancy. Now with my daughters and them, I teach them the right thing because I brought up the right way until I go orphanage.
Okay.
So I just keep to myself, keep my children to myself. Even when I was in Tobago living there too. I tell my children I don't want them in no neighbor yard playing. I want no neighbor children in my yard playing more than if I have Bible study. You understand, my love? And if all mothers could pay attention to the children, and I couldn't even eat for that child yesterday. I just get on my Bible, want to start to read Psalm 35, boy. I started to beat the keys. Because this is wrong what's going on, boy. When my daughter come across, she's showing me the boy picture. See how his face looks so familiar. Guess what? And what are they doing, these little children, man?
So true.
But you're jealous, little child? Oh, God, Jesus, we turn the table around, Jesus. We need you more than ever now.
Yeah.
And let everybody get together now and put on their white and let it burn their candles now for justice for that little child. What's going on? We need prayers.
That
we need
going
prayers.
on. That not
We
going
need
on.
prayers, you know.
That not going on.
We ain't need no politics fighting against each other because all of us are the same blood. We know white, we mix. So why we do racial thing and what is going on? Why did boy have to lose little child that? There's only one little granddaughter I have and she live in Tobago. But she don't go to the public school. And my son make sure and provide everything for home for them to do their lessons. Their school home. Yeah, darling. Loving the house. All they reach home safe. I like your comment, you know, Bo.
Thank
you. Love all you.
Caller, good afternoon. We lost that one. Yeah, you see, it was just, listen, I listened to that father talk this morning. And that man said from the time his daughter went missing, he had no hope in her. You know how how you have to be as a parent in society where from the time your child go missing, you don't even have hope that they would find your child alive. That was the thought process of the father. He was like, I have no hope. Caller, good afternoon. We lost that one. Yeah, he had no hope. And you see, this is a sign of the times. And this didn't start now, This started long before. When we had that little girl that was found in a barrel. When we had the little girl that was shot with her father in Tunapuna while he was holding her in her arms, the baby, I think that's Soraya. Caller, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm very serious when I'm speaking. The book that people will be quoting on the very set cover, they are lost. When they turn the second page, they are lost. Let me tell you why. When you turn the second page, you see this is a translation of a holy scripture. A translation is not the scripture. The scripture is the original words. Pastors, preachers, and reverend priests do not know or have an idea of what the script is really stating and quoting what somebody put to them in English. Let me show you why. The Hebrew is the script. The English is the translation. In the Hebrew language, have no common letters. So if you have to use the word God from the Hebrew concept, which do not have common letters, who put in a common God in the Bible or God in a common G? Who doing that?
Okay, caller, can I ask you a question? What does this have to do with the topic we're talking about exactly?
What I'm speaking about, people who claiming that the Bible is holy, they know what they're talking about, friend.
Okay then, well, caller, that is not what we on, the topic we on, so you're kind of shifting the topic into another direction. Okay,
No,
so...
I just want to show you how people... Let me ask you this question. If you do not know your two-time table, could you go and lie down in your bed tonight and wake up in the morning saying it?
No.
So the point I'm making is, if you don't know what the Hebrew is saying, why come to talk to me in English? You just taking with somebody's hand, your friend.
Yes, but sir, that is not the topic, so I'll have to bid you farewell. Caller, good afternoon. Caller, good afternoon.
Gentlemen. Where all the protests this morning, boy, I swear we'll get up to people coming to protest that they want better legislation and all these things to deal with all these children issues. But
well,
all the
apparently,
placard inside.
the protests get lost just like how the shutdown of the nation get lost. We still looking for it.
Well, the placard now, and or you have a fire, or is 19 protests all you do, so they have a fire. So that fire still burning.
Yeah.
Where the protests for this little...
That's what I'm telling you, is the blatant hypocrisy. And to think,
Correct.
it's happening and people blatantly seeing it, and people still supporting that stupid mindset, boy. It amazes me, boy.
Yeah, but Obi, look, you brought it out to the whole nation. Even people who didn't understand it, you bring it out and put it towards them and show them what the opposition leader said compared to what she doing.
Yeah.
And people still they're oblivious.
Well, boy, I don't even think it's oblivious, I don't think it's oblivious. It's like Heavy and I always say selective outrage. And you pick and you choose what you want to be angry for.
Correct.
And
now we need proper legislation, as they're talking this morning, proper, foster care, all these things, because sometimes you might take a child out of abusive home and you put them in foster care and you put them back into the same situation or worse.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to fix up the whole system so that when we take them from one situation, they're going to a proper environment that
or
they
they'll just
grow.
fall back.
Correct.
Agreed.
Enjoy your night.
Yeah, caller, thank you. Caller, we taking your calls, and that is exactly it, because look like a situation here with this individual, and this is why, I just tell people I am so paranoid, and I think that is the problem with this society. Caller, good afternoon.
Hello, good evening, man.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good show. Just wanna tell Obi one thing.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that do the child the distasteful act, I find it should hang him. People get vexed with the talk, but I find it should be a matter of hanging him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you remember he still has to go through due process, eh?
I know, but that's the bitterness. And then the people who are protesting and things for the next guy will get killed, the police killed. Up to now, no protest, nothing happening. Yeah, so the politics thing is what that was really stolen everything. And I really feel the government should bring back hanging. That should give the criminals a little scare for them to slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Mm-hmm. Caller, good afternoon.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. Listen to me, this PH situation. Having murders all the time. Children dying, all kind of things. This PH situation is going on too long and no solution is not popping up. All kind of gangster and criminal and sick people driving PH and
Well, no, hold on, Hold on. You cannot broad brush a whole group of people because it have people who drive in H that could be just as sick too. Nobody knows who they are. Nobody knows who anybody is until you are put with that monster in front of you.
But H people have to go through a process.
Okay, but even hold on, because like I say, we discussing here now. H has to go through a process, but if I put you in a H car in the middle of the night, right, and that H car decides to take you to some dark corner and assault you, is it any difference to what the PH car did?
Well, at least if you take 1,000 people who drive in H car and you take 1,000 people who drive in P car, you're going to get more problems by far with the P car drivers because the H car drivers are more responsible. First,
I cannot agree with that.
Register police records, they do checks on you.
Okay.
PH drivers, I personally know people who do all kind of bad crimes, and I don't see them driving taxi and PH on the road. The police can't do everything. The law have to step in and legitimize PH drivers. Let us know who they are.
Okay then, no problem. I understand. Okay, caller, thank you. Now hear me out, right? And this is where discussion has to come in here. This boils back down to the situation when I made the video talking about the police, not about the police and the whole Kia thing, where I was trying to say that when they made the suggestion that the group of men would have beaten this alleged rapist in Silots until he died. People were trying to tell me that the police, I cannot make the argument that the police and the Silots situation is the same thing because both people are entitled to due process, right? They were trying to tell me that because a police officer goes through training and goes through certain paperwork and whatever, he should be held to a higher moral and ethical code. And I am telling the nation here today that I don't believe that. Your moral and ethical code has nothing to do with the clothes you wear. Your moral and ethical code has to do with the individual. You could put how much training into somebody. If that individual chooses to murder somebody or commit a crime, there is nothing with him having a uniform that is going to remove his moral and ethical code. That is down to the human being. So when you say that an H driver is more responsible because they would have gone through certain processes, that makes them more, how should I say, more moral and more ethical than a PH driver, I cannot agree with that. Morals and ethics boils down to the human being. And people do wrong things when the opportunity presents itself. That is just what it is. Don't try to convince me that a H driver isn't as risky as a PH driver, because there are many stories of H drivers being creeps. And there's a lot of people in the public who know that. Morals and ethics boils down to the human being. The person is given the option of choice. Let me take this call. Caller, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. There's something called subliminal seduction. One picture speaks more than 1,000 words.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are looking at certain pictures, you are really being taught. Let me show you what I mean. Could you answer this question for me if you could? At what age Mary was when she made Jesus?
I don't know. I wasn't there. Can you answer it?
I know. You see, when you don't care, I want to speak to people who care, not people who don't care.
Caller, what this is concerning?
This is concerning something higher than you and all even thinking about when I use the word subliminal.
Caller, I enable with that. Don't try to sway the topic. We sticking on the topic. We staying focused on that. If you don't want to, you want to talk about the Lord and Scripture, we have a segment next week for that. So you could call in next week and you could hear your way about that. Let us stick to the topic here. Don't try to distract me from my narrative. You'll get hung up quick. So the reality of it is this, people. When it comes to traveling and safety, anybody could be a predator out there. A predator doesn't wear a sign on his face to tell you he's a predator. Caller, good afternoon. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, gentlemen.
Hi, good afternoon.
That last caller, what Mary have to do with nowadays? Mary was a chosen person by the Creator. Where these people does come from?
I don't know, but apparently, I just attack the mad ones on them.
I can't find the words. Mary was chosen by the Creator, and if it is you follow the scripture as it is there, the Lord tell her to stay silent because she was chosen.
Yeah, well, but you see, my thing is this. We not on that topic, so I don't even know why you keep bringing up that.
Even though he come with it, that I don't want to disrespect nobody. You understand? Okay, have a blessed one, you all.
too. Caller, good afternoon.
Yeah, it's so easy to entertain the same Mary.
Oh God, oh God, oh God. Come, Ollie, don't try to carry my show on next week now. Don't waste your credit, sir. Please, don't waste your credit. Yeah, so that is what I'm saying. You cannot tell this young lady, given the description of how the individual look based on what I saw in the photo. Caller, good afternoon.
Yeah, good.
Good day.
What you're saying there is 100% truth. I agree with you. You're talking with common sense. Because you see character, something that some people have to develop from a child grow up. You have to develop a good character. Because you could be a police, all you have is a paper. And you could be the worst criminal that have in the whole of it. And you could be a doctor. You understand? You could be a doctor and you could be a butcher. Because you have a certificate or you have a diploma. That doesn't mean nothing.
Exactly.
It's your character, brother. You could be the prime minister, like Rowley, and you could be the worst prime minister of the whole of the Caribbean.
Exactly.
So that doesn't mean nothing. That doesn't mean nothing. It's your character, God-fearing character. As long as you have that, you're a gentleman, you're a human being. As long as you don't have a good character, all them papers and things, all the things they have diploma and this and and certificate for this and that, you could be the worst monster. So they get tied up with this. Don't get tied up with paper. Character is number one.
Thank you, caller. So people, he couldn't keep away because he know he love it. So I would like to see we have Kingsley on the line. Good afternoon, Kingsley.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Everything gonna happen to you, Heavy. Good evening to you, Heavy. Good evening to you.
Nah, Obi. It's just me. It's just me alone.
Yo, Obi, Heavy, I step out. I know, I know you're doing a fantastic job there. Obi, I will be back on Wednesday. You know what I mean? I on some vacation.
Okay.
You know this thing that's put out.
I know it's put a little mental drain on you.
Yes. I'm mental drain on you. But Obi, I wanted to say something. Obi, I know you're going on next road, but I just want to get 2 minutes in, please.
Nah, you go ahead.
Yes, brother. I thank you very much. Brother, I want to ask the question to the public. What the SOE affecting you? The SOE stopping you from going on party? The SOE stopping you from sending your children to school? The SOE stopping you from making money? What is the problem that Ole do not want the SOE? It is not a crime fighting tool, but it is something that you use to try to control the murder rate and the little miserable ones out there. So how that SOE is a problem? People still going to work under the SOE. Yeah. And people still coming home late, they partying late, nobody interfering. It's a curfew, what they want to know.
Yeah.
It's a curfew, what they want. Because the SOE not once you're going to work normal. Your children going to work. You're partying normal. Where is the SOE affecting you? Tell this country. We're just on Bacchanal, them say and they say. The SOE is not the problem. What is the problem that they're killing little children in this country?
Yeah.
And no government could stop it, because how a government could tell Obi that I'm a driver, I'm going to kidnap a little 11-year-old.
Well, this is the point I was now trying to make.
Yeah, Obi, I'm listening.
That was no Kingsley. That was the point I was trying to make. Criminal activity don't have a face on it.
Don't have a face on it. So how Kamala or the commissioner would know that this taxi driver going to kidnap a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, going to rape somebody? How Kamala and the commissioner, they wouldn't know until it happened.
Yeah.
They would not know until it happened. So why you want to blame the commissioner? Why you want to blame Kamala for a 12-year-old where a man is get a sick vibes and he want to do? They can't put that on the government.
True.
How are you going to put that on the government? That have nothing to do with government. You cannot tell when a man go and beat your wife, or you go and kill your wife. You cannot tell that. Obi, I know that I may leave you. That's it.
No. I'm glad you dropped that little input there, because it's in the same vein of the discussion we having right now.
Yes, man. I must say you're doing a very good job.
Thanks,
I will say, share the live on YouTube and also on Facebook. This is the wrap-up show with Obi and Kingsley. I will be back on Wednesday. Obi, hold on the fourth, and you're doing a very good job so far, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, man.
And people, with that now, we're going to go to a quick break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to take your calls for the last half as we approach the 7 o'clock hour.
When the headlines
Good
settle,
morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the...
I'm a happy place in my life, and it can't change.
are back, the Big Bad Wrap It Up show with OB this afternoon. And we are taking your calls on the topic with the young lady that would have passed away. And like I was saying, yeah, empathy and all these different things that people are asking for is based on the individual. We have had police officers in uniform attack one another. So don't try to convince me that it has to do with uniform and stuff like that. But you see, showing up is a very big part of being being part of parenting. And I've often said that, a lot of the times we don't show up enough as parents. Caller, good afternoon.
Obi.
Good afternoon.
Good night. Kingsley, good night.
Kingsley not here tonight. It's only me.
Alright, Obi.
Yeah, bro.
It had a law come up. Them was trying to pass in the parliament, and your opposition shut it down. Some children law. You could call, what is that?
I can't really recall, but I know one of the legislation that they do want to pass right now is the one where parents are now held accountable for the children's actions, which I think is a very good piece of legislation.
And the next thing too, the SOE. If anybody could call in and get a good reason why they should stop the SOE, I'd like to know why.
Boy, I don't think them even that nobody has a good reason
because the
for
SOE ain't troubling nobody.
No, it isn't.
It ain't affecting anybody, but people making noise. The SOE, they should stop it. This thing. The SOE ain't doing nothing.
For real.
All right.
Okay,
Look on listening.
Thank you. UNC and Proud, good afternoon, brother.
Good afternoon, brother Obi and Trinidad and Tobago. Let's bring back the old time days and share the love. Your brother's keeper. Condolences to the Bury family.
Yeah, boy.
But Obi, in Jesus' name we stand. But it's only when you have God in your heart and you is a God-fearing person, Satan will send his agents and
of mischief.
operatives
of
to mislead the individuals. And I could attest to that because Marvin Gonzalez is a true representative of that. Because just imagine the man praying in a vigil and yet still he tongue saying ills in the public. That's why he had to apologize. And he have 14 days to reply. See, the evil take them. And you see, that is what we need in this country. We need a little more prayers. Keith Rowley shut down the praying organization, when he was in government, Don't forget that, It might sound like a joke. Remember, all them born-again Christian, all the churches, for everybody, they couldn't come out and pray,
True.
He only bring dead people, a set of dead people in boat coming to this country, Still 22 children dead in a hospital. And you see the mischief. So, brother, I condolences, and when a child is brought up in the right way with God in their heart and teaching, yet still civil society just want to mislead them because some just want to attack the parents to make them shame, right? And some just stand up with proud, but yet still is how you bring up your child is still have that honor in their heart. Good day and good night, everybody.
Okay, then
See
you I'm proud. Stay good, bro. Caller, good afternoon. We lost that one. Yeah, because you see, at the end of the day, we have children dying in the country, and it is a worrying problem. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Obi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, man. I have something to say this afternoon in the program. I hope I would allow to say it. Could I?
Sure, listening.
It is clean, and it's talk show.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
All right. I want to say good night to Mr. Leave It There. You know that name in talk show, right?
No, actually, I don't know that person. I'm new to the radio space, so a lot of you all radio callers, I'm now familiarizing myself with you all. I only know certain veterans in it.
After I make this contribution, they're going to know who it is exactly. Good night to you, Mr. Leave It There. You know you just be making your contribution. I hear you saying something for the past while I hear you repeating it. But here when you repeating, McCandle Dagger, the late McCandle Dagger said something about you never see so much money, like money printing or some kind of bacchanal like that. But I want you to put this argument and your argument on a scale and see which one is heavier. Here, what I'm giving you now. In 2018, 2018, when this contractor who had a contract in Petrotrin to drill oil and was selling the state oil and water together, that is no alleged. It's a fact. Because that was in the public domain. That happened under the PNM. To the end of that, you know what it cost us?
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you something. Does this have anything to do with the topic that I'm talking about now?
The topic we're talking about concerning
the little child losing her life.
Yeah, the little child. Oh, yeah. That made me so sick. Brother, let me tell you something. I hope the authorities put it where you supposed to be, because he's lucky not around areas like these areas up here, you know. He's not around these areas. I hear people. That get me so sick, and I want to say to the parents, when they watch a man with a face like that, they don't even want to, what community is walking here, how a face, and keeping themselves like that, and they put a little child in a car like that. So that will have me upset, but I want to close off to say what I was saying, all right?
Well, I'm trying not to distract. I have somebody on the line right now waiting to talk.
Okay, well, anyway, I want to close it by saying to Mr. Lever, when you're comparing corruption, the one with Petrotrin hurt the nation more than the one that McCallum never made, right? Stop coming with that stupidness. Well, I'm going.
Okay, then, caller. Thanks. Yeah, Mr. Barakpo, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, Mr. Obi. I don't know if you could remember the statement the former Prime Minister made when a 12-year-old boy throat was slit and I think his aunt or somebody was in the house also, they had murdered her. And he made a statement that what you want me to do, one ban knife?
Yep.
Remember that?
I just remember everything he said, and I remember that statement. I remember how absurd it was too.
Yeah. And you just try to understand why it is our society deteriorating so much. It's because the type of leader we had, starting from Eric Williams, is why you see now nobody don't have no consideration, no love, no care about anything about it in this country again.
Yeah, the society has become desensitized state. We react for only about 2 to 3 days, and then we go back to everything being normal.
And let me just point out the situation with that thing. Everybody talking about the police had to respect the uniform, the teacher had to put discipline and thing. We are looking at ourselves, you know.
Never.
We is the one we created all this. Police didn't supposed to be having a gun in the waist. They didn't supposed to be needing no camera or anywhere, everything they're calling for.
True.
If we behave ourselves. You see, let me tell you something. You see that guy who took that girl and raped her and murder her?
Yeah.
You don't go from 0 to 100 one time.
Yes, there has been signs.
He commit that crime. He commit that at least 3 or 4 times already and get away with it. And it's this time he get hooked up. And that same person goes to a home where he have a mother, probably a sister or a brother or a wife or children, and sit around a table and eat and tell them that he love them. And I'm going to make a hustle today to bring money to put food on the table.
Yeah.
And the same people in that home know the type of character they have, but they won't say nothing.
True.
Because that's the person who will bring the bread in it. And that is what's going on throughout the country. Everybody know the criminals are sleeping in their beds.
Yeah.
Everybody know the bandit that brings in the thing that they know they don't work for, but they don't say nothing.
True.
It's only when you see police shoot them, then they shoot them wrongfully. They're wicked. They're this and that. And until we don't look at ourselves, we could talk, they could bring camera, they could bring drone, they could do what they want. Nothing is going to change in this country. All it's going to do is get worse.
True.
Trust me. Yeah, take care, man.
Caller. Thank you. Caller, good afternoon.
Obi, when a minister, a former minister, he died now, could rape a little boy and throw him in a swimming pool with a sock in his mouth, man. And the former government, prime minister, name a street after him down somewhere, Cocorit, or Diego Martin. What that said.
Yep.
When you could promote these kind of things, man. And that woman from down Diego Martin somewhere there who always talking online, she should have some shame about herself. I think she said she go to church. So she has to do some introspection. Yeah, so that they were promoting criminality. when they had this report from for the home, there's something report.
Yeah, the Ashley report and all those other reports.
Yeah, and the guy was the head of the Children Authority over that, and they had all these reports. He never looked on it. He sit down on it, man.
True.
So that
and I could tell you, there's a lot of bad things that would have come out of the Children's Authority. I could tell you that for sure.
So and they were in charge.
Mm.
So they carry on this 35 kind of thing and against children and all this kind of thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dark people, lodge and all kind of things, backroom deals and all kind. Yeah, man.
Okay then, caller. Thank you. Caller, good afternoon.
It is appalling that how you could sit down there and stomach that.
As you started talking nonsense, you could make a press. So, the reality of it is this, people. Caller, good afternoon.
Obi, good night.
Yeah, good night, bro.
Obi, the most I can say of the situation with the child, or the most I can say from now going on, is parents are up the protection game.
Yeah.
And don't feel this is back in the 90s or the 70s where you could tell a child to walk and go to school. And
but bro, you ever paid attention, not cutting you, but you ever look at the Form 1s of this generation to the Form 1s from me and you generation. You notice how tiny them children does be, bro?
Yes.
And you just see these children on the street, all 4, 5, 6 in the night walking, who coming from sports, all these different things, you know. And I just be asking, where are the parents, you know?
That is it. Because the parents think the time back then and the time now is the same thing, but no, they had up the protection game with the kids.
Yeah.
It's craziness right now in this place. Craziness. Lockdown and listening.
Yeah. And this is what I was trying to say, you know. Parents need to become more paranoid. I am one of the most paranoid parents you could ever meet. And I have teen boys. And the thing is, it's not that they're Sophie. I have teen nerds that will pretzel you real bad if you come around them. And I'm still very paranoid about I don't trust nobody around my children. Nobody. And that includes family. And that is just how serious you have to be when it comes to children these days. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is this the radio station?
Yes, good afternoon, Granny. You're talking with Obi. Kingsley not here today.
Obi is you?
Yeah, is Obi here alone today?
This problem with this child had Granny so stupid that I even forget if this was the radio station.
Oh, Lord.
I will tell you what I want, and I will tell you what I have to say. Hanging should start now. Right? This is too much in this country. And our Prime Minister said if she win the election, she would bring back hanging. It is there, it's only to implement it. It is there, it's only to implement it. That is one. And two is, I want to send a message for this child mother. That woman is a good woman. I don't know her. She's a praying woman. And that is one good thing. She lose her child when none of we can bear that. But that child saved plenty more life because that man maybe was doing that all the time. So her child is a blessing to that district. That plenty of her life gets saved. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say so.
Okay then,
And
Granny, I agree.
They should hold he and beat he to a puzzle.
Oh, Lord.
in the jail. In the jail. They should hold him in the jail and jailers and beat him to a puzzle. But that is the same thing like he.
True.
Yeah, you see those boys which are making peace. They make peace between themselves and now.
Yeah.
But while one of them was saying it, one had no more crime again in Trinidad.
Yeah.
It had 2 murders in Malik and it had beaten car in Chaguanas for the whole 2 of them.
Yeah.
All of making peace between all of self, take up all of guns, go to police headquarters, meet some priests, meet some other people. Don't need people like David, Mohammed, and Kim, because they can't teach nobody. Not everything on the program on a Saturday morning is rape, rape, race. Lock up the Indian, lock up the Chinese, lock up that. It's only race stuff. Need good people.
Yep.
Give up all your guns. And always stop going in people's house to do house invasion. Look at them people. An old lady and an old man balling in Santa Cruz. Yeah? And then this man they call, I forget how they call him, from the BCAM there, the one where I come out to talk, I forget his name. He's saying the people, nephew and family, they tell them, when the bandits Friday gone, the bandits tell the woman, three young fellas, we follow you from Grand Bazaar, from the bank. She went and took out a little change, nice little thing. The next one followed the UNC MP from the bank.
Yeah.
You know? So people must think.
Okay then, Granny.
Look at our country, boy. Look at the amount of house invasion from Friday to now. Eh? All right, keep good, eh?
Okay, Granny, and you stay safe out there.
Keep good, boy.
Yeah.
Granny, love all you.
Love you too,
love
Granny.
all you.
Caller, good afternoon.
Yes, our biggest crime is hypocrisy. The biggest crime is hypocrisy, man.
Okay. Yeah, and you know, it's thank you, Granny, for such a great contribution. You know, love it when the veterans call. And you see, this is where I say we have to become more vigilant with our children. Society has changed a lot. We have a lot of children staying out later because of extracurricular activity. And some children aren't as privileged as others. I thank God for, you know, the people who would make sure if I'm not around, they would get my sons home safely. But we have to become, let me tell you all something, eh? You see the time you always be spending on social media to mako everybody else's business? You need to become your child mako. Some of all your children living in all your house and their password on their phone. Ain't no way you could be living in my house and you have a password on your phone. Your phone's supposed to be all access to me anytime I want. I supposed to know all your friends. There are a lot of people who don't even know the children friends. And if my children are associating with adults too, I need to know all them adults too. Because you can't just have adult friends. What is the role of this adult friend you have? If this adult friend is a mentor or somebody in sports or somebody in education, I need to know who this person is. And this is what we have to do. But you see, there's a lot of things that cause these things to fall to the wayside. When you have parents who are in poverty settings, where you have mommy and daddy both have to go out there to provide a job or to work, to provide a living, or in some cases, is mommy alone and mommy has to sit down in a security booth and pull a double and a triple in order to put bread on the table. Who is watching the child? And this is where the problem starts. You have a lot of children in this country that have no extracurricular activities, and even if they have, they don't have proper supervision after to get home. Now, of course, we know we can't fix all the problems, but at the same time, we as parents, we have to have that knowledge and that foresight to know, listen, I need to be involved in what my children are doing. I need to know their friends. I can tell you a couple of times, well, I've been to the movie with my children friends because I had to know all of these friends before I even trusted them to go. And I'll be honest with you all, there are sometimes when I trusted them to go when they thought they were there alone, it's because I was in another cinema watching the show, or sometime in the same cinema with them, sitting down in the back or in a corner watching the show. Kill them, there I go on. But I dare, because that is what being a proactive parent is. I need to know what you are doing until you become an adult. And when you become an adult, I'm still going to be nosy somewhat too, because you're still my child and I still want to know what you're doing. So at the end of the day, this is where parents have to be now. You have to be a little more proactive. Stop blaming the police, stop blaming the school, because a lot of parents believe that it's a teacher's job to raise your child. The teacher's job is not to raise your child. The teacher's job is to educate your child. Your job is to raise your child. And that is where we have a big disconnect, especially with young parents. And I would really ask that you all, start to be that mako in your child life. Know who is your child friends. Know who is your child adult friends. Know what is the music your child listening to. Learn what shows they like, what books they read. Mako your children. Because when you mako your children, you keep them safe. It have plenty technology now that you could put on your child to track your child movement, track your child's school bag. And people, they are very cheap. And if all you want, I could do a show calling out cheap things that you can put on your children's bags, lunch kit, books, or even on their clothing so that you can keep track of your children's movement. Times have changed, people, and we need to change with the time. So with that being said, we are here at the top of the hour, and I would like to tell you all thank you for the opportunity. Thank you all for tuning in to the Big Bad Wrap It Up show with Kingsley, Obi, and Heavy, because everybody was here today. And remember my motto, you cannot become a first world nation with a third world mentality. Make a better version of yourself. Trinidad and Tobago, we was, or in this case, I was here.